everyone! So for this week's video, I really wanted to use stuff I already got on hand. And what better starting point than this Laguna doll? She was actually given to me about a year ago by another amazing doll creator. With all the trinkets I've collected since the start of my channel, I got the idea to do a kind of porcelain warrior type of doll. There's a lot of idea in just one doll, so probably some of them will be cut, but for once, no plan, no sketch, no nothing, just me, my brain, and probably some chaos. Well, in fact, some chaos. So with that, let's get started. So to make this project doable, I think I need to start with the outfit. And this white satin is exactly what I need. The first thing I had in mind, need these pattern pieces. It will make the top and the sleeve. To make my idea come to life and also to use some of my knickknacks, I'm going to start with the top. In fact, these charms were shaped in a way I thought it looked like an armor plate or something. In fact, my whole idea came because I found that out. So let me just put some fabric tack and glue them in place. After I let them dry, I got out my box of everything I thought would fit with this project. And to make the top look more princessy or whatever, I thought I could use the pearls and drape it all around. I did want to make a warrior, but since I added the porcelain aesthetic to it, I thought she could be a princess on the battlefield that moves through troops with a speed unseen and a graceful look. So the pearls were a great add-on. Just a little side note here, I'm just gonna remove the head right now to make my life more easier. Since I had more of those vintage looking accessories, I really wanted to put as much as I can, but I'm also good at putting too much, so I need to be careful. But I'm doing the skirt part thinking about what I just placed. Speaking of the skirt, you can see that it's all a beautiful dress now. Now that I have everything up, I wanted to continue with the sleeve since I neglected them a little. The first really cute thing I added was these crowns. I really think it adds to the warrior feeling since it's a hard metal, and it does also recall the princessy or royal vibe I'm trying to get. And of course, some more of my vintage trinket that I've been using to act as shoulder pads. The last thing I wanted to add to this dress, now warrior dress, are these heart-shaped thingies. I've had these in my stash since maybe the same time as the pearl, and there is so much in it, I'm sure I'll never see the end of this bag. But of course, in my design I don't have anything silver, so let me just spray paint them the right color. There you go, now we're talking. As for them, I want to use them at the seam of the waist. Just like that. This is just a really embellished dress, and I also don't have a lot going on for the bottom part, so I thought that adding just that would solidify my idea. I am going to add more in the back, but before closing her up in her dress, I want to add some body paint. So like I said earlier, she is still a porcelain doll. And as you guys know, I love Chinese porcelain, as you've seen in my LPS custom. And I also really think that blue and gold is pretty together. I know she has a blue body and not a white one, but I also think that with the white dress, it would have been too much. So I'm kind of happy with this undertone. She does stand out more because of it. As for what type of Chinese porcelain I'm painting, I just had like 15 pictures pull up on my computer screen and was just painting what I was feeling. This is pretty small, but also something I don't really draw often, so I went with shape I was more comfortable doing, but still trying to get that Chinese vibe. And after it dried, I could put a glossy varnish all over it. I think it really does make it look like a porcelain doll. The body part are now done, and I also found these really cute shoes in my stash that just needs a little bit of spray paint magic and some small cabochon pearls to recall the top. Oh, and also, before I put her head back on, I thought the dress looked maybe a little bit too good. I know she's super good at her job, but come on, with this big dress, don't tell me she would not have some wear and tear. I mean, she fights. She's not just pretty there looking at her men die. She's in the front row slicing everything that moves. Of course she's gonna have some scratch. Now, when I first took her head off, I thought I was gonna change her hair. As I said in a previous video, I have a lot of red hair that I need to use, and I did the concept using that idea in mind. But come on, she is blonde with blue stripes in her hair. Doesn't it recall the gold and blue all around? Yeah, so of course I need to keep it. So I did take the face paint off before so no acetone would get on her body, and got to work on her face. I have to say, I love the vibe I was going for the face. It really does what I was hoping for the fact that, like I said, I didn't do a sketch, but I think I did mess up the eye. I really wanted to do her eye in the flower shape I did all around her body, like a continuity of the pattern, but man, it was really ugly. And I tried to love it. I even added some lashes. I was like, maybe it's just missing something, but no, it's really just ugly. So off camera, I worked on her and this is so much better. There's still something I think I don't like, but at this point I think it's because I've looked at her too much. If you see the problem I'm not seeing, or if you think it's good, just let me know down in the comments. Now, since the hair is already cut, I just need to add the final touches. The first one is this sword, also from my stash. It also needs the iconic gold color and the vintage accessories. Now, the last thing is this headband. Again, from my stash, and I just cannot believe how much stuff I pull out from my stash. It also needs a little bit of spraying, and I can add some of the crown I've been using for the cuffs. And with that, I think we're done. Let's go to the final shot.